opening, is that right?
What's that?
The zoning, has an opening, is that correct?
Yes.
So I have an application that I filled out, and who do I give that to?
You can give it to Laura or?
Give it to Laura? Okay. I didn't know if it went to one of you guys or to Laura. Okay, here you go, Laura.
All right, thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
You can enter into that conversation you might have with the zoning board.
Pardon me?
If you were on the zoning board, you could be neutral.
I would be neutral. I'm neutral now. I don't care if there's wind turbines out there. I just want the ordinances changed so that it's not right next to a house. That's one of my main concerns.
Well, you guys are going to work county ordinance. Setback of new Worth County ordinances is 1,600 feet. Iowa's carved up in 160 acre parcels, which is 2,620 feet. And 2640. So if you planted a wind turbine in the middle of that 160 acres, 3,200 is what the total would be for Worth County ordinance. There's no way you can put one. And maybe that's the motive, is to use the ordinance as a moratorium. I just wanna make sure that you know that it's impossible for a turbine on 160 acres.
What about the rights of the people that don't own the land, that live right across the road from it?
Yeah, but there's always that issue about whose property rights are going for, yours or mine. Some cases are probably mine, but that's not right.
You know, helicopters, they can't land in areas like that.
Can't land on the street out here.
They what?
Can't land on the street out here either.
On a tree?
Street.
Oh, street. Yes, they can.
Really? Okay.
They landed on Highway 30 years ago, right on
Oh,
Highway 30.
yeah.
You mean in town?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else have any
Public
comments?
concerning.
Hey guys, I'm Heather Knibble, acreage owner. So I also have applications for zoning for my husband and I. I noticed on there that state law requires you to do a good faith effort to balance, to look at gender. So appreciate you guys looking at that. I know there's one woman on board of adjustment. It would be good to look at zoning commission as well. We know women and men always think differently. It's good to get a little mix, you know, get a mother in there, get somebody that, you know, Nancy would be good too, myself as well. I've done more research on this than probably a lot of people. I know you guys see me a lot. My biggest importance is my kids. There is a lot of health issues out there with turbines. They're a lot taller. You know, there's ways to put your own solar in your backyard to power your farm. There's ways to have small turbines. There's ways to make it work. It's this industrial thing, right? I know at least 6 people that have either themselves or their family has health issues from wind turbines. I don't want that being my family. I don't want to have to move and leave my beautiful acreage, my house I built, 5 years ago, finished shop, we're established. I don't want to have to decide, do I leave or do I stay? So I wanted to put that in there. I'd be a good woman to have on there, a good researcher. I also have.
Would you enter that position unbiased?
Would I enter unbiased? I would say I would do what it takes to protect my family. And I will do the research. So Larry, there's a difference between facts and just, I don't want turbines, right? But I want to protect my family.
You spend money for me to tell you.
And I guess for me, if there wouldn't have been 2 turbines right next to my house, I might not have been as involved as if there wasn't, right? Again, people have the rights, but there's the rights of the acreage owners that have established their life, their business, their acreage, they have a family that also have rights. So that is why I'm there, but I'm a good team player. There's a mix of people, you know, like my job, diversity inclusion, is a big thing. You need people from different areas. I'm sure there's people in other positions on board of adjustment and that they maybe have reasons on the other side, right? So it's good to have a mix, and it's still a vote. It's still 5 people, and they decide as a goal, you know, there needs to be at least a majority. So that's where I'm looking there. But my husband also wanted to apply. He's a truck driver. He's from Nebraska originally, moved here in, let's see, it'd be 1st grade. He's been around different areas of Iowa, but he's a truck driver. He travels. He sees things. He talks to different people. He's got common sense. It'd be something good to also look at him as well. I know his diversity would be that he's not from here, and he travels the world. I mean, for him, again, it comes down to the ordinances getting updated. He sees several turbines that he sends me weekly with oil dripping down. You know, he sees ones with broken blades. He sees abandoned ones. The other reason we don't want to do this is to protect the county. There's things in the ordinances that don't protect you guys. You know, you may be long gone down the road.
1,700-foot setback becomes a moot point.
Well, you could look into other options. Technology's changing. There's ways to give incentives for solar in your yards. You know, I heard of somebody just, my mom was talking to, they pay $12 a month because they have solar behind their machine shed. I mean, if there's ways, and he says in 10 years, he'll pay it back. For me, that sounds pretty cool. But right now, I don't know if I'm moving or if I'm staying at my acreage, you know? If there's incentives to give people something that they can put in their yard, gives us our energy, but does not hurt their neighbors. The property rights of your neighbors is my biggest thing. So
There's another underlying issue, of course,
Yeah.
and that's to do with we received information from South Creek attorneys that would face litigation that should we impose another different ordinance or moratorium.
That's not legal, Larry.
No.
and
State code says the zoning commission can update the ordinances for the safety of the public, and there is no risk of litigation. So don't use that argument.
I'm not saying you're gonna get sued as a board, on a zoning board. I'd say we would do it.
But you won't
No,
get
you won't.
sued, so vested right, what would happen is Salt Creek would go ask for vested rights. That does not, you guys would not,
There's case law.
that you guys would pay
Just
money?
what I said,
But what are they gonna come after? They're gonna come after money from you?
because of what they've already invested, maybe loss of earnings and attorney
So-
fees. So it's north of 25 million. Now, I recall very well, 3 or 4 years ago, when I started into this communication project, there's people calling me and, you're gonna spend you can spend $6 million. Some of those are attending this meeting right here today. And we went ahead with it because we needed to protect the first responders. So now, if 25 million, if that's an accurate number, and I happen to believe it is, get nothing out of it.
So Larry, they're building their number up to scare you is what they're doing. So if you look
They have to
into,
prove
if you
it,
look
yeah.
into case laws, vested rights is anything from approval forward. What they've been doing since 2009 is preying on Tama County and our horrible ordinances. Just because they've spent maybe 15 to 20 million, it's only since December 8th of 2020. That is all that they invested in it.
I certainly chastise our attorney.
Hey Larry,
I haven't talked, I'm done now.
I'm real curious, why you're so interested in asking if we could be unbiased. Because I've noticed Bill Fairclough sits there saying nothing. Now, we had that same issue, if he could be unbiased, as signing an easement. And you guys had no problem with that. You called that no conflict of interest. So it looks to me like you have a double standard in Tama County. Apparently, it's all right for you guys, but you want to handpick somebody on this side.
My
Like I
question
said
to
earlier
you
this
three.
morning to an individual this year, it appears to me like according to coalition, you've done nothing right yet.
Well, my question to you three, you've been talking about being unbiased on this side. Can you three honestly tell me you can be unbiased in selecting somebody for the board of zoning?
That's certainly what we try to do.
So what about Craig Sash, who was just appointed that has an easement with Phase One Salt Creek? Is that not biased?
Right,
You don't have.
yes, he does.
He
Craig
does.
Sash has an
He
easement.
actually
Where
has
he
a
lives, there's an
turbine.
easement, but he don't have an
He
easement.
He has an easement.
Right, he has a turbine, in Phase One. I will show you the paper in the permit, or you can look, it's right across. He actually, his dad has a few, but he
Then the
has
best thing
one.
would be if somebody's got, in that position, then they should recruit themselves.
That's
Really?
what's up.
That's interesting.
Why don't you ask him to recuse himself then?
Yeah.
You just reappointed him.
Number two thing, how can you give us an unbiased opinion when you're afraid of getting sued by Salt Creek? I see they got you in the bag right now. Well, it's obvious, Larry. You guys are running a double standard here.